afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone. Welcome to the Gameway Sports Ground. I'd like to welcome the Collingully Water Demons, the junior and senior football netball club, and appreciate your efforts coming today. Should be a good game of football just about to start. The umpire fraternity have got a special milestone today. Today, Dennis Rudd is umpiring his 700th game. Dennis umpired 340 games as a central umpire before moving to the goals, where he's umpired for another 360. He's umpiring with his good mate Lee Barclay today, so we wish Dennis all the best and congratulations on a fantastic achievement.
Go boys! Go boys! Go take you!
Thanks very much. Today we celebrate Indigenous Round. I'd like to introduce local Gameway identity Rob Clark to do acknowledgement for the country.
Clark, I'm a proud Wiradjuri man that grew up on the banks of the Murrumbidgee River in Corangra. I'd like to pay my respects to the elders, past, present, especially the country that we meet here on today, that has out the local derby thing. So to the Wiradjuri people, and also also known as the Three River Nation, that looks after the rivers from the Macquarie River, the Lachlan River and the Murrumbidgee. I'd also like to pay my respects to all Aboriginal people here today, as well as all other nationalities. And one thing my mother always taught me when doing an acknowledgement or a welcome is to, while you're on our country, please respect it, which is our way of life, which is Yingamara, which is a Wiradjuri word for that. And everyone have a good game and fair play. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Rob. Rob. Oh, thank you.
So good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the Gammain Sports Ground, the Den, the home of the Lions once again. A gloomy afternoon by the look of it. We've had a bit of drizzling rain during the second grade. Today the Lions welcome the Demons, the Collingully Wagga Demons, here to the Den. Now, big statistic that the Demons have come here with is that they haven't won here for 9 seasons, but importantly for that club, they've won They've 2 important encounters against the Lions in that in the last game in September. So we'll see what happens here today. That's history. So we're making new history as we go. I'd like to welcome Andrew Corbett on deck this afternoon, but before I do that, just pay acknowledgement that we got 2 acknowledgements today. We've just witnessed Rob Clark, local Rob Clark, has done the acknowledgement to country here today because we're celebrating the Indigenous round. And but you'll be able to see those images put up on your screen there by Baz, that the centre of the ground is a tribute there with the Aboriginal markings of the Aboriginal flag. And big congratulations to Jed and Liz Lawton, who spent a number of hours yesterday afternoon perfecting that artwork on the ground, and I believe they went home covered in food dye. But they've really done a really top job there to get us inspired into this Indigenous round here today. So enough from me for the moment. A little bit from our commentator Andrew Corbett.
Well, thanks very much, Guy. Great to be back here at the Gammain Sports Ground once again for this clash between Collingully Collingully Wagga Demons up against the Gammain Grong Madong Lions. Gully sit top of the ladder at this stage of the season. I think they've played 4 games and had 4 victories, and the Lions sitting in 4th, coming off a draw against Turvey Park last week over in Wagga, which could have went either way, of course. The Lions were slow out of the blocks, but came home in the second half to salvage a draw. So captains have tossed the coin, and Gamone have won the toss, and they'll be kicking to the northern end, the dam end, and Gully will be kicking to the southern end, to the road end. So there's players to watch out for there from the Gully side would be the leading goal kicker, Matt Boyer, number 1, along with they've got some new recruits, so they've had a turnover of players. Josh Bogue, number 17, that's previously at Narandra, and Brandon Clark came down from Sydney, number 16, along with Harry Richmond's returned to the club from Sydney the last 2 weeks. So they've been able to strengthen their side with the losses they had last year, and the Lions are coming into this game with only the one change from last week. Jed Corbett's come into the side for young Blair Walsh.
Important. Yeah, well, just one thing before we get back to the football straight away. We'll just mention President Ben Cruikshank, Andrew, just before the game there. There was a acknowledgement to Dennis Rudd, the umpire. Dennis Rudd, he's had such a long career. He's officiating in his 700th game. Now, I think Ben said 350 as a central umpire and the balance as a goal umpire. So that's a fantastic achievement from Dennis Rudd to be committed to the game for so long, and we congratulate Dennis on his efforts towards umpiring in the Riverina football.
Yes, that's a great effort, and of course you can't have a game of football if you haven't got umpires, and yes, they're a bit like some of the country teams these days, struggling for numbers, and yes, we've got to show respect to the umpires because we need them to officiate the games, and I think it's not only an issue here in New South Wales, but what you hear and read down in Victoria, a lot of communities struggling to fill the umpiring ranks. So if there's any retired footballers out there, it's a rewarding job, and I think that umpire abuse and pressure from supporters and community members from clubs is probably not as prevalent as it was 10, 15 years ago. There's been a lot of work done by the AFL to show a bit more respect to the umpires, to say there's something we need to officiate games.
Well, talking about players giving back, Andrew, in the 18s today, Shane Lennon was central umpiring, so no bigger commitment, like he's coaching a club and he's here to officiate in the 18s. And then his brother Stephen, his cousin Stephen Carroll, he was officiating alongside Andrew Hattie, our own Andrew Hattie, in the reserve grade. So those guys, setting a good example there. They're players of the past, and they're keen to stay involved. They can keep their fitness up. They do a great job, and we all appreciate it. Getting closer to the ball up here at the Gamone Sports Ground. One more non-football thing. Since we've last met, Baz has had a stint in hospital, so he's fresh out of hospital, ready to go. And his associate, Tammy, she's roaring to go also here beside him. About to get underway here, Andrew.
Yeah, to start this game, the only game on Sunday. There's a good crowd in here today with same-day football, juniors and seniors, so anticipating a good contest.
Yeah, big crowd in here at the Den. The cars have ringed the ground.
Umpire holds the ball off. Nathaniel Mooney for Gully and Dan Madden for the Lions, with Mooney gets the centre clearance. That's going forward. Coming out to meet it is Josh Walsh. He cops one high from Boyer. He'll get the free kick there. Elects to switch wide, looking for Jack Reynolds. Ball's going to be greasy and it slips through his hands. There's going to be a few drop marks from that shower we've had earlier.
No breeze at all.
Madden front position. Mooney gets his hands to it. Picked up by Hamlin there for the Lions. Kicks forward, goes through the hands of Blocky flag. Dan Foley picks it up, a hand pass forward. It's over the sideline, out of bounds, in front of the sheds.
Just a little bit of feeling there between the Lions and the Demons, which there normally is, Andrew. It's not unusual.
What you would expect. Very close tussles. Madden front position, but Mooney uses his body, gets the first possession onto Mitch Maguire, but his kick smothered. It'll be another throw in.
We'll have a repeat throw in here, but directly below the commentary box, which is sponsored by Woods Shearing. Jake Woods from Wagga.
Madden taps it forward into the path of Shannon Motlop. He's tackled without the ball, so he'll go get the free kick. Here on the centre wing. Chips one short, looking for Brave Gain. He can't gather it in, but Shannon Butterfield follows up to Tom Anderson. Handball back to Brave Gain. He's got a retreat to grab it. Back on to Tom Anderson. Goes to kick wide, but it's a grubbing kick into the path of Schultz there for Gully. Gathered by Tom Quinn. On to Sam Hamlin. He looks to kick this one forward. That might be the option for the day, to send it forward. Jed Corbett jumps high. Collins spoils. And Dan Foley's tripped there by Collins as he fell to the ground. So he'll take the free kick at centre forward. He'll chip one short, looking for Shannon Butterfield, but cut off there by Joe Perryman. He elects to play on. He gets his kick away wide. Out to the far side there to Joe Stone and Zach Burhop, but he's wrapped up in a tackle by Burhop, and the umpire will call for a ball up on that far wing.
Yeah, stalemate out there on the wing in that after that tussle.
Ruckman didn't get to the contest there. The ball bounces on the ground, gathered by Perryman. Hand passes backwards. Richmond has hold of it there, Tom. His hand pass lands into the arms of Lucas Hattie. He kicks forward, looking for Dan Foley. Young Underwood has been met heavily there. He bounces back up, and the umpires found a free kick there to Colin Gully. He'll go to Lockie Flag for one over the shoulder. He's on the half-back flank.
I think you'd call that unceremoniously dealt with, was Jake Underwood there, Andrew.
Now the young fella's bounced back up, which was good. That
He'll
kick goes along
right.
the ground, yep. Picked up by Stone. He looks to come inside the centre of the ground into the centre circle there. Nate Hamlin's tackled without possession over the shoulder. Tom Anderson gathers the ball, plays on. He looks to send this one forward, looking for Dan Foley. Flag's given him close attention. It passes through the hands of Foley. Picked up by Sid White. Onto the left foot of Jake Underwood. He sends one high to the goal square, and Jed Corbett's marked it right on the goal line.
Andrew called it. Jake Underwood bounced up off that being dumped, physically dealt with. Jed Corbett, here we're looking at the return of the Jedi. Jed kicked a bag full here a fortnight ago. A lot less, the opposition wasn't quite as good. He's got this one here today.
Got the first goal on the scoreboard for the Lions.
The Lions plus Jed would love Jed to kick another bag full against the Demons. Let's see how he goes. First score of the day to the Lions, the northern end of the ground. 1 goal straight. 4 minutes gone. The Croker Grange scoreboard.
Back to the centre of the ground. Nathaniel Mooney's been strong for the Gully Demons here in the first 5 minutes. He's up against Dan Madden in the ruck. Umpire throws it high. Mooney gathers it out of the ruck once again, kicks it forward. Another clearance into the forward line. Coming out to meet it is Seb Hamilton. He's dealt with out of the way there. Josh Walsh tries to pick it up. Gathered by Bogue there for the Demons. Kick forward by Schultz. Out the back is Boyer. The ball bounces forward there on the ground. Gathered by Colin Gully. It's almost forced through as Tom Quinn comes charging through. Boyer regathers. He has a snap at goal, and it's out on the full. There'll be a kick in by Jack Sussay in that forward pocket. He can play on, no one on the mark. Kicks it long up to the wing looking for Shannon Butterfield. He jumps high. Ball's on the ground there. Clark, new player for the Demons, gets a hand pass out to Nate Mooney. Kicks this one forward into the pocket, but it's out on the full, just out of the reach of Schultz. Lockie Schultz as Tom Quinn elects to play on quickly. Goes out wide to the far side, looking for Josh Walsh. He marks. He can play on. Kicks forward looking for Tom Anderson, but he can't get to the ball there. It's met by the Demons. Chips a little one over the top to Campbell. He marks. He can hand pass over the top to Bogue. Gets one back inside looking for Howard. He's Spills the ball there, gathered by Jack Reynolds. His kick is smothered, picked up by Campbell, and he's forced over the sidelines there, and it'll be another throw-in on the far half-back flank there of the Lions.
Throw-in will take place right in front of the boys from Gleneath Park, the Board Leicester stud for the Kembers.
Madden front position. Bogue taps that down. It's gathered by Tom Anderson, puts his body on the line. Hand passes back to Zach Burhop, kicks it up long to the wing, looking for Sid White. Front position there. It's spoiled by Fifield, the lad from Coolerman, and it's over the sideline. It'll be a throw-in.
Great sponsors there too in the background. Jason Lindsell Electrical from Gammain. Heaps of work around town and the riverina.
Umpire to throw it in there. Madden and Mooney in the ruck. Mooney grabs it out of the ruck again. Sends this forward. In front position is Schultz. He can't gather. Coming through is Harry Richmond. Keeps it in front of him there. Gathered by Jack Sussay. He's wrapped up in a tackle. Didn't have prior opportunity, and umpire Tim Beard will call for a ball up. He's 30 metres out from goal.
Demons appealing for Court with the ball, but no, not long enough.
Madden in the ruck taps it down. It's a tackle there on Josh Walsh by Jolliffe. Madden in the ruck against Jolliffe. Madden taps it down. Jolliffe tries to pick it up. The ball's on the ground there. Coming through is Madden. The ball spills out to Burhop. Kicks this one forward to the far side. It's a good mark to Sid White in front of Fifield. He reels around and plays on, looking for Jake Underwood, but it's spoiled by Tom Wichman. Gathered by Campbell. He's tapped up in a tackle there by Lucas Hattie, and the umpire says call with the ball.
Yes, he did have prior. He had long enough.
You look to send this forward, looking for Dan Foley as Jed Corbett comes out in a long lead from full forward. It goes over his head. Coming through to gather there is Bogue. Gets a hand pass to Mooney. The Gully boys are out here as Howard kicks this forward, looking for Jolliffe. It's through the hands of Tom Quinn. He tackles Jolliffe. Taps one out. Charging through his stone. He's kicked in danger there against Lucas Hattie, and it'll be a free kick on the half-back flank to Lucas Hattie. Goes into the centre of the ground, finds Jack Reynolds. A little chip to Tom Anderson, just marks in front of Schultz then. Goes wide to Jack Sussay. Chips a little one over the top to Josh Walsh. He's got Nate Hamlin here in the wing in front of the sheds. He marks. The Lions working their way up the field here with little short passes. He elects to play on, kicks long, looking for Jed Corbett. The ball's on the ground there. Coming through is Jake Underwood. He can't pick it up. Gathered by the Demons there. Clear by Howard. Hand passes back to Joe Perryman. One over the top, looking for Fifield. Back to Perryman. They're hemmed on the line. He dodges around one. Comes inside and finds Fuller. Chips a little one short. Finds Perryman. He's looking to send this one long now. Kicks it high, looking for Boyer and Schultz. Ball's on the ground there, coming through is Nate Hamlin. Gathered by Schultz, his kick is smothered. And it's out over the sidelines there.
Throw in there. We enjoy that sponsorship from Mark Bradley Plumbing from Coolerman. Got a plumbing problem? Get him on the phone.
Dan Foley's coming to the ruck up against young Cam Morfitt. Bo gets the hand pass out to Clark, the boy from Sydney. He can't pick it up. The ball's on the ground there. Ball spills free. Tries to drag it back in. Diving on it is Sam Hamlin. And umpire Tim Beard will elect to ball it up there on that half-back flank once again. Foley in the ruck. Moffat gets high, but Foley reads it better. Grabs it out of the ruck, kicks it forward, looking for a Madden. He gets one over the shoulder against Flag. Free kick there on the wing. Open forward line for the Lions. He kicks this one long, looking for Jed Corbett. Collins wrestling well. Ball's gone high. Gathered there by Gain. Ball spills free. Gathered by Clark. Gets a hand pass out to Fifield. He's almost wrapped up in a tackle. Gets a hand pass back to Clark. Can kick up to the wing looking for Morfitt. But spoiled by Nate Hamlin. Ball's on the ground there. Lucas Hattie tackled. He gets one over the shoulder. Lions getting their share of free kicks early in this game as Bogue comes in off the line and tries to spoil. Goes through the hands of Tom Wichman as Sid White tries to pick it up, and the ball's locked up there in the forward line. Umpire will call for a ball up in that forward pocket.
Freeze favouring the Lions, Andrew, but they might be first to the ball a bit too at the moment.
Yes, well, it could well even up as this game draws on, as Madden comes charging through. He dives on the ball. Mitch Maguire wraps him up in a tackle, and umpire will ball it up once again. Madden and Moffat in the ruck. Madden grabs it out of the ruck. Hand passes one forward, but it's all gully there. Flag gets a chip it forward, looking for Campbell. It goes through his hands. Gathered by Hattie, goes to come inside, but it slams into the arm of Bogue. A missed kick there. He's got it at half back there for the Demons. Dodges around Proctor. Gets a hand pass on to Mitch Maguire. He gets his kick away quickly, but he finds Stone there on the wing. Reels around, sends this one forward, looking for Jolliffe. Tom Quinn's close detention there. Boyer appeals for a free kick. Coming through is Tom Quinn, as it's bundled over the sidelines for a throw in. Only the one goal so far in this game. 12 minutes in. Umpire throws it in. Dan Foley taps it forward to no one. Coming through is Kemp. He's wrapped up in a tackle there by Butterfield. Drops the ball, and Tom Quinn's pushed over the sidelines. It'll be a throw in again. A lot of contested ball here today in these conditions. It's not raining, but the ball's greasy. Moffat with front position. Taps it down. Looking for Proctor, gathered by Kemp. He gets his kick away forward, long into the pocket, but it's going to be out on the full. Zach Burhop to take the kick. He quickly plays on across goal to Josh Wash, on to Jack Sussay. He can play on, but he's held up there by Schultz. Comes inside, pressure there on Burhop from Stone. Good tackle, gets his hand pass away, gathered by Nate Hamlin, kicks one forward. It's rolling towards the boundary line, gathered by Fifield, dodges around one or two, then goes to kick back inside, looking for Kemp. Finds him there at half forward in front of Seb Hamlin. He can send this long and high, looking for Boyer. He's got the back position here, but Dan Foley stands tall and marks in front there, deep in the goal square. He plays on, goes wide, looking for Jake Underwood. He marks on the half-back flank, quickly plays on, looking for Madden. Strong mark, goes through his hands though. Play on, he tries to keep it in front, gathered by Shannon Butterfield. He ducks under one, and the umpires call for a ball up. He couldn't break three. Foley and Moffat in the ruck, taps that back, looking for Clark, gathered by Aaron Proctor. Good conditions for Aaron today, he loves this. It goes high, looking for Madden. Can't hold the mark, the ball's on the ground there. Pressure from Charlie Smith, and Perryman's tackled over the line. The umpires call play on. Plenty of heat out there as Fuller's tackled. The ball spills free. Gathered by Maguire. He goes to kick it forward. Coming out to meet it is Clark. Strongly by Burhop. And the ball spills over the sidelines. It'll be a throw in.
We're going to see this ball in right in front of the canteen here at the Gammain Sports Ground. Zach Burhop's having a bit to say to his Demons opponents.
Oh, both sides trying to show their authority here as Dan Foley taps one over the back looking for Proctor. Gathered by Colby Hamlin, kicks it forward. Flag tries to mark. He's come under attention there, but the umpire says play on. Race for the ball in the centre of the ground. Grabbed by Zach Burhop. Kicks this one forward looking for Jed Corbett, and he marks 40 metres out from goal on a 45-degree angle. Distance shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, it's within Jed's range. Andrew, perhaps Zach was just giving some tennis tips there to his Collingully Demons opponents, do you think?
Yes, he might be just explaining that you've got to go harder here in the bush than you do in Sydney, but as Jed Corbett comes in with his kick, the ball is kicked on its way. Looks very good off the boot, and it's straight through the goals. That's his second.
Goal umpire never moved. Just watch it go over his head.
So the Lions have the first two goals of this first quarter.
Well, Jed's on the march to kick his bag like he kicked against the Swans. And the Lions be rapt if he did that. Particularly his brother, Riley, the coach. A little bit unusual. The Demons not on the scoreboard yet. But I won't speak too soon.
No, it's been a very hotly contested game. Dan Foley jumps high. The ball bounced. Grabbed by Clark there. Kick out of the centre by Howard. High, looking for Boyer. Under this is Josh Walsh. Ball goes over the back. He gathers on to Jack Sussay. He's tackled, gets his hand pass away. Tom Quinn gives a little one to Josh Walsh. He kicks it up to the centre of the ground. It's all gully here, but coming through is Brad Matters. Ball's gathered by Witchman there. Tom, that is. Hand pass back to Lockie Flagg. He goes to chip one wide and finds Clark. He's coming off a knee injury from last year in the Sydney competition, and he's showing a bit of form so far in this game. He's kicked this one high, looking for Schultz, but coming in front is Dan Foley. Can't hold the mark, and the ball goes over the line as Schultz is appealing to the umpire for being held, but he's not having a bar of it. So back for a throw in here.
Just a classic example of the ball's a little bit greasy. Dan Foley just went through him, Andrew.
Yeah, just took it a little bit lightly. Dan Foley taps one to Tom Anderson. He ducks under the tackle there of Mooney. He kicks this one forward. It's gone down over the back there, gathered by the Demons there. Hand pass out the back, looking for Firefield. He can't pick it up. On to Jack Reynolds. Kicks this one high, looking for Jed Corbett. Has front position. Almost marks. Play on, says the umpire. Gathered by Jesse Lander. Swings around on his right. Kicks this forward. And it's plucked out of the air by Dan Madden. Elects to play on. The ball hits the ground. Now the umpire's going to call him back. Very fortunate there, Dan. He went to play on, and umpire Tim Beards called him back to take his kick.
Lions will take it. Actually, I thought, Andrew, that Jed almost affected the second grab. I think he affected the second grab, but he had his back to the umpire, so can't blame the umpire in that situation. But he looked like he got the second grab. Never mind. Dan Madden's coming in to kick on his right foot from 45 out. A little bit.
Coming back, is it?
No, it's just favouring the right side of the upright there at the northern end of the ground for one behind. The Lions are 2-1, 13. 17 and a half minutes gone now.
So Tom Witchman to bring it back in here for the Demons. He goes wide to the scoreboard side, kicks it high, going to hit the ground there. Quick hands then by Jolliffe on to Perryman. He kicks it forward there. There's no one to pick it up, and it rolls over the sideline. That'll be a free kick to the Lions here.
So a last touch kick in front of the DJ's tyres.
Nate Hamlin brings it into the centre of the ground. It's marked there by Sid White. He kicks forward looking for Jake Underwood. It's cut off by the Demons there. They elect to play on here. Kick this high into the centre of the ground. Sitting under it is Aaron Proctor, and it's straight down his throat there. He slips over though. Play on, says the umpire. Gathered by Campbell. Hand passes over the top looking for Clark. Hand passes one back to Kemp. He kicks this wide, but coming out to meet it is Jack Sussay. Gathers it off the ground in front of Boyer. On to Jack Reynolds. He takes the tackle, and he's taken over the sideline for a throw in.
Yeah, just run out of real estate here. Right below the commentary box. Sponsored by Wood Shearing. Boundary umpire throws it in.
Mooney with front position. Charging through is Howard. He can't gather. He's been caught without the ball. And he'll be called back to take his kick there.
This gives the Lions an opportunity to set their defence. Gather a bit of oxygen in those lungs.
He chips one forward and finds Mooney in front of the broadcasting box. He sends this high, but I feel that's going to go out on the full. And it'll be a kick to the Lions here. Zach Burhop to take the kick.
I think that's the third out of bounds we've had there in this quarter.
He elects to come into the centre of the ground. Seb Hamlin marks. He's been dealt with after he's taken the mark. That should be 50,
It is 50, yes. Yep. No, umpires are right onto that nowadays. It's a good thing too. You need to be able to set yourself for a mark with knowing that you won't be dealt with unfairly.
So this brings him up to centre forward. He kicks this one high, looking for Sid White, and he marks.
Eyes on the
misjudgment there from the Demons defenders.
Yeah, Sid White, eyes on the ball the whole time. That's what you got to have. And remember, the Demons coach told us there a few years ago when he was speaking at his father's funeral, one grab, son, Terry told Shane, one grab. Makes a hell of a difference. The Lions have spilt 2 or 3 chest marks here today. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt. The ball is greasy, but those one grab marks, what you want as we watch Sid White comes in, very deliberate on that right foot. Drop punt. Goal umpire doesn't move, but no, it's offline, one behind, northern end. The Lions are 2-2, 14. 20 and a half minutes gone now. entertaining quarter of football, Andrew.
Yeah, very much so, Guy. The Lions last week in that third quarter, they had all the play and couldn't convert. And that's been a sign of their demises the last two grand finals where they've had all the play and not been able to convert. So hopefully they can change that around here. As the ball's kept in by Zach Burhop as Dan Foley comes to meet it. He's been met head on. The ball's taken over the sideline and it'll be a throw in.
Dan thought he might have been hard done by there and thought he should have had a free for high contact.
Mooney front position there, taps that one down and tries to kick it off the ground. Picked up by Aaron Proctor, but he's been met strongly by Moonen. He didn't have possession, so he takes it, goes to kick inside the centre of the ground, but it's been cut off by Boyer. He marks, goes to kick wide, looking for Schultz. He marks at half forward there for the Demons. They look to get their first score on the board. He kicks this one high, looking for Jolliffe. Tom Quinn under it. Leaping forward is there Howard. He can't take the mark. The ball's on the ground there. Coming out to meet it is Tom Quinn as Harry Richmond kicks this one forward, looking for Kemp. He can't pick it up. The ball spills free. Players dive in on the ball there, and the umpire's going to be calling for a ball up. Tim Beard.
Desperation there in the Lions' back line. They performed well this quarter.
Mooney taps that down into the path of Aaron Proctor there. Kemp gets a hand pass away looking for Bogue, but he's wrapped up in a tackle there and he lets the ball roll over the sideline. Ball's thrown in, it's low, charging through his Bogue there. Dodges around, gets a hand pass to Howard, kicks this forward looking for Joff, and he takes a one-handed mark in front of Burhop there. Too strong. As the siren goes to end the first quarter.
We're right behind him as he comes in. Or almost looked as though he took it a bit casually, Andrew, but he's brought up the first major for the Demons. I thought for a minute he's was just toe-poked it a little bit and was going to be offline, but that wasn't the case. So the Demons are on the board with their first major for the first term. So the Lions are 2-2-14 and the Demons are 1 goal straight on the Croker Grain scoreboard here at the Gammain Sports Ground. Very entertaining first quarter, Andrew. It's not unusual between these two sides. We've witnessed over the years that, and we know that stat says the Demons haven't won here for 9 years. They'll be coming here today with their tails up, but the Lions are up to the task yet in the first quarter. So the commentators and camera operators and associates will have a drink of water, and we'll look forward to bringing you the rest of this game as it plays out. Huddles are broken. The focus is back in the centre of the ground where that we've got that great image, the Aboriginal flag in the centre of the ground as we celebrate an Indigenous round here in the Gammain Sports Ground today.
The umpires wait for spectators to vacate the arena. Mooney in the ruck against Dan Madden for the Lions. Start this second term. Doesn't seem to be any positional changes. The Lions still lining up in their forward line where they started. We commence this second term and the ball comes down. No one really wins that tap and Jack Reynolds is wrapped up in a tackle there in the centre of the ground by Howard. Thrown up again. Mooney tries to grab that out of the ruck, but it's into the arm of Dan Madden. It goes through the hands of Dan Foley. The ball spills free and umpire will call for a ball up there. It's at centre half forward for the Lions. Mooney in the ruck against Dan Foley. The ball's tapped down. Coming through there is Clark. Ball spills free. Gathered by Mooney. He kicks one wide. And it's going to bounce over the sidelines. It'll go to Zach Burhop. He'll take the free kick. Last touch. That new rule brought into the the competition this year. He kicks high into the forward line. Dan Foley's thrown out of the marking contest there. Has to be a free kick, and Tim Beard's right on cue there.
No one could possibly argue against that free kick, Andrew, even though Mooney's trying to explain to the umpire that he sort of didn't mean to or something, but...
Yes, you just can't physically grab them and throw them out of the marking contest.
A great shot here. Baz is right behind it. Dan Foley will come in. He'll give that little skip that he does in his early days in his run-up. There it is. Just sets himself. Will kick from a little bit just inside the 50. No, just as you can see, offline there. Might have even run a little bit close to the man on the mark.
Yes, that ball's probably starting to get a little bit heavier now after the...
The Lions are 2-3-15. Demons, one straight goal. 2 minutes gone. Second term at the Den.
Tom Witchman to bring this ball back in for the Demons. He's going to come to the club side here. Kicks this one high, looking for Mooney. Sitting under it is Jed Corbett. He has front position, and the umpires awarded it the mark to Jed Corbett there. He had front position on Mooney, who snatched it out of his hands at the last moment. He goes to kick this one, looking for Dan Foley. Has front position. Ball falls free, dodges around one, but he's caught in a tackle there.
Be penalised there. He had prior.
Free kick to Collins.
No argument.
He looks to bring this out of defence. Kicks this high, looking for Bogue. Sitting under it is Nate Hamlin. Punches that one forward into the path of Joe Perry. Gets one back to Howard. Swings around on his right, sends this forward. Sitting under it, Josh Walsh. Goes through his hands. Boyer's wrapped up in that tackle there by Jack Susse, and Hamlin does a same tackle on Perryman as the ball goes forward there. Witchman gathers, gets a hand pass to Schultz, but the ball's behind him. Gathered by Burhop. Hand passes on to Tom Quinn. He can kick up through the centre of the ground. It's high, looking for Sid White sitting under this one. He takes a juggling one-handed mark in the centre of the ground. He looks to play on quickly now, kicks this forward, looking for Dan Foley, puts it out in front of him, bounces and gathers, tries to get his hand pass away, gathered by Braith Gain, swings around on his right, the ball falls free, gathered by Jed Corbett on to Jack Reynolds, hooks it back into the centre of the ground and falls into the arms of Tom Anderson.
That was a terrific place to hook it to, Andrew. I think he just did it out of instinct, although Tom Anderson was probably vocal.
Right to the sweet spot it was.
At the other end, it was almost a comedy of errors from the Demons, and the Lions capitalised on it, turned it over as we watched Tom Anderson come in to take this set shot, southern end of the ground. Makes no mistake about it, the crowd like it early. Players like it even earlier than that. Tom Anderson's on the board for his first major here at the Den today against this Collingully Demons side.
Yes, the Lions back line standing tall. It was an opportunity there for Gully to get their second goal, but the hand pass was just to behind Schultz's grasp there and spilt free, and the Lions swooped through the centre of the ground and into their forward line.
Yeah, uncharacteristically not clean by the Demons on a few occasions today. Shane Lennon will be looking for them to turn that around.
Ball's up, gathered by Mooney there. He can't pick it up, tries to get a kick away. It's gathered by Clark, gets his kick forward there. Looking for Schultz, gathered by Seb Hamlin. He's tackled. Josh Walsh is tackled as well by Maguire, and the umpire will call for a ball up.
Yeah, no prior.
Centre half forward there for the Demons. Mooney punches that forward into open space. Coming out to meet the ball is Jolliffe. Tries to shrug off Tom Quinn. Coming through is Campbell. He gets a hand pass forward. Back to Campbell. He can play on, have a shot. And Gully have got their second. Better hands then from the Gully players.
Yeah,
they controlled that one.
They were clean that time. That made the difference. The Lions are 3-3-21. Demons 2 straight goals on the Croker Grain scoreboard with 5.5 minutes gone. Still a gloomy afternoon. No more rain. Just a little bit. The ball just a little bit affected by that light rain during the second grade, but might be starting to dry a little bit now.
Madden and Mooney in the ruck. Howard wings that ball, kicks it forward, looking for Kemp. Campbell's come off the wing there. He's tackled. The ball spills free. Madden's on top of it. Put out the back. It's all Gully there. Got numbers behind the ball. Campbell picks it up. Kicks this one forward. Looking for Harry Richmond. He tries to mark. The ball hits the ground. Jumps to his feet. He's tackled there. Umpire's going to call for a ball up. Umpire throws it up. Mooney front position. Gathered by Shannon Butterfield. He's dumped there in a tackle. The umpire will call for a ball up. Mooney tries to grab that out of the ruck. Ball spills free. Big tackle on Howard there by Lucas Hattie, and umpire's called for another ball up. It's not going anywhere. It's stuck there on the half-forward flank for the Collingully Demons. Mooney tries to grab that one again, coming through his bogey, tries to pick it up. Tom Anderson gathers, gets a hand pass on Aaron Proctor. He tries to hand pass forward. Ball's on the ground there, coming through his Collingully there, through Campbell, gathered by Richmond, gathered by Maguire. Hand passes into the centre of the ground, looking for flag. Dodges around one, little tackle on to Kemp there. He kicks one forward, gathered by Stone. His hand pass doesn't go anywhere. It's in the centre of the ground in the emblem there. The ball's comes out the back as Madden tries to come forward. He's pushed forward and umpire's called for another ball up. It's really hot in the contest there so far.
Desperate for a clearing kick.
Mooney forward into the arm of Bogue. Looking for Schultz. He's bumped off the ball onto Maguire. Quick hands here by Gully trying to get it out in the open. Cut off there by Brad Matters. He can clear wide here looking for Jake Underwood in front of the club rims. The ball spills free. Tries to hold his feet against young Richmond. Dives in on the ball. Madden keeps it going forward, but it's going to be a free kick to the Demons. Last touch. Lockie flag to take the kick.
Well, Brad Matters went the Sam Kerr approach with his foot, but it was unfortunate. The rules changed. Last one off the boot, kicks against you.
Flag kicks this one in, looking for Schultz. Josh Walsh for front position. Stone tries to pick it up, gets a little hand pass forward, and Zach Burhup's wrapped up in a strong tackle by Jolliffe and Morfitt there for the Demons. Umpire to throw it up. Morfitt in the ruck there. Madden taps it over the top as Shannon Butterfield tries to come through. He's tackled. And the umpire will ball it up. Morfitt in the ruck, jumps high. Taps it down. Regathers. He's tackled. And he's caught with the ball. The umpire will throw it up again. Jumps high, jumps early. It's tapped one by Madden, but the free kick will go to Howard. He reels around on his right, kicks forward, looking for Boyer, spoiled by Jack Sussay. Hair pass over the top there, looking for Richmond, dodges around one, gets a hair pass forward, quick hands by the Demons here. They're wrapped up in a tackle there is Stone, but it's gathered by Kemp. Ball bounces high and it's through from behind.
Touched, I believe.
Very quick little daft handballs there from the Demons to get their teammate in the open there in these conditions. Zach Burhop to bring the ball in for the Lions. He signalled he's going to go long down the wing toward the clubhouse. Kicks this one high. Sitting under it is Madden. High is Tom Richmond, and he punches it out over the sideline. It'll be a throw in.
Closest sponsor there is Cummins Hendricks. Got all those legal officers, Gammane, Coolaman, all around the riverina also.
Morfitt taps it down, looking for Bogue. He's wrapped up in a tackle. Gets a hand pass to Maguire. Back to Morfitt. Then to Richmond. He dodges round on his trusty left. Goes to kick forward, looking for Maguire. He marks in front of the gully box. Kicks this one long and low, looking for Jolliffe on a strong leg. Spoiled by Tom Quinn. Over the back is Harry Richmond. Goes to kick in forward, but his kick is gone wide, and Jack Sussay's forced it through for a behind. Gully just starting to win the ascendancy around the contest there. Jack Sussay elects to go up the centre of the ground, looking for Charlie Smith. Finds him at centre half forward. He can come wide. He's got Shannon Butterfield. It's a floating kick, but it's marked by Mitch Maguire. It was a helicopter. He goes back in the centre of the ground. Punch forward there by Bogue. On to Clark. He dodges around one. He's tackled by Dan Foley. On to Harry Richmond. Kicks his forward looking for Jack Sussay. Goes over his head. Race for the ball from Lucas Hattie. Hair passes over his shoulder looking for Zach Burhop. He's pressure here by Kemp and he's bundled over the sideline on the far side there for a throw in.
Right in front of the Michael McCormack, the Riverina, member for Riverina's sign. He might be under pressure at the next election, Andrew, as that One Nation took Farah.
Yes, big changes in politics as the ball's thrown in. Dan Foley in the ruck. The ball hits the ground there. Ball's on the ground and the umpire's called for another ball up. Players sort of stopped there, but umpire Tim Beard's got the ball, throws high. Dan Foley in the ruck, coming over the top is Morford. He tries to pick it up, gets a hand pass over the top, but it's grabbed by Campbell. He tries to kick it off the ground there, gathered by Butterfield. He's wrapped up in a tackle by Johnson. That's Underwood, Jake. And umpire Tim Beard will call for another ball up. Very locked quarter this one, only one goal apiece. As Morford flies high. Punches this forward, looking for Clark. He kicks this one forward. It's going to go out over the sidelines, and it'll be a throw-in. Landed out within that 50 arc.
And the sponsors there, the Gammain Sports Club. The Lions will head up there this evening, do the awards. Win, lose or draw, you're welcome at the Sports Club.
Dan Foley, the ruck, has been shoved out of the way by Bogue. He tries to get a hand pass away, and he's thrown that in the air. It'll be a free kick to Jesse Lander. He plays on, kicks this one high out to the far wing. Under this is Sid White. He almost marks it, does he? No, it's gathered by Shannon Butterfield. Jake Underwood dives in, gathers, goes wide, looking for Lucas Hattie, and it's out over the sideline on that far wing.
Butterfield nearly amongst the Lions' best, Andrew, in everything.
He's getting his hands on the ball. He's given a fair bit of close attention there to Mitch Maguire. Dan Foley in the ruck with young Morford. Young Morford uses his strength, taps it down, looking for Fifield. He kicks his forward, sitting under it is Burhop. It comes out free, looking for Jolliffe, and Gully get their third. Opportunist there from Jolliffe, and that's his second.
Yeah, Gully have had the greater percentage of the play this term so far.
So they're fighting their way back into this game.
Yeah, as you'd expect. They're showing what they've been. They're backing up what they've done in the last few years with those premierships. So the Lions are 3-3-21.
Dan Foley and Morford in the ruck. Dan Foley taps that down. Gathered by Howard. Out the back to Johnson. He breaks free here. Oh, he's wrapped up in a strong tackle there by Caleb Hamlin. Colby Hamlin there, and he gets to kick this one forward, looking for Jack Reynolds. He drops a mark he probably should have taken. He's tackled, and umpire's going to call for a ball up. He just looked away there at the last minute, Jack, to see where his teammate was.
Yes,
just lost his focus.
He had the money spent.
Yep. And umpire will ball this up on the half-forward flank for the Lions. Dan Foley in the ruck, grabs it out of the ruck, kicks this one forward, looking for Zach Burhop, gathered by Charlie Smith, gets a hand pass out to Dan Foley. He's going to get a free kick here for in danger from the Colangully player in Howard there, and he'll go back and kick this one forward. He's going to kick to Sid White on a lead. It goes through his hands, coming through his Clark, gathers, gets one to Morford, kicks this one high and wide. It's a race for the ball here by Brad Mattis. It goes over his head, coming through his Fuller. He's tackled well, and he's caught with the ball. Good tackle there by Seb Hamlin.
Great to see those good tackles rewarded, I reckon.
The team lifting tackles as he sends this one in high, looking for Jed Corbett. Under it is Collins, goes through their hands. Ball's on the ground there. Clark gets a hand pass out the back there, fumbles from the Gully faithfuls as Braith Gaines picked it up, a loose ball there, and kicks the goal for the Lions.
An opportunist goal at the southern end of the ground, Braith Gaines. Didn't need two looks at it. Open goal. No one in front of him. The Lions 4-3-27. The Demons are 3-1-19. 15 and a half minutes gone. Second term. Entertaining game. Lions just spilling a few marks, Andrew. That's a little bit of difference.
Yes, just a little bit of control there I know the ball's probably greasy after that shower earlier.
Demons have possibly stepped up their pressure also.
Dan Foley taps that out the back, that gathered by Jesse Lander. Kicks this one forward, looking for Sid White. He's marked that. I'm not sure if the umpire could see it, but he has. He's been awarded with a mark there right on the 50. It's going to test his range. He's indicated he's going to go back and have a shot.
He'll have to kick from 52 to 4, roundabout. He's pretty confident that he can get it. He's giving himself a heap of distance between himself and the man on the mark, which is great to see. Absolutely no breeze. The flags are still as anything. Comes in as we watch this one. It's a lovely drop punt, falls short in the right pocket. Goes over the line, out of bounds. We'll see a throw in there in the right forward pocket. Sponsors there, Coolum Butchery. No meat tray for Baz on Friday night, unfortunately.
As the ruck's thrown in, Jed Corbett makes a tackle there on his gully opponent, picked up by Aaron Proctor, has a snap on goal. It's through for a behind. Gully to bring this ball back in. Lucky flag. Looks to go to that far side there. He's got Jolliffe, touches the ball on the ground and plays on, kicks this one long and low. Coming out to meet it is Tom Quinn, and he's marked in front of Jolliffe. He can play on now, comes into the centre of the ground, looking for Tom Anderson. He marks it, plays on quickly, on to Tom Quinn. He runs to 50, has a running shot at goal. Ball's all the way, and it's through. Well left by Jed Corbett, and it's a goal for the Lions to Tom Quinn.
Might hear about that one for a day or two, Andrew. Don't blame him.
Lions starting to get on top here late in this second term.
Coach Riley Corbett likes what he sees, I reckon.
Still got a long way to go. We reach this 18-minute mark of this second term. Gully will come back. They will answer.
Highly entertaining game.
Dan Foley in the ruck, up against Mooney. Mooney tries to grab it out of the ruck. He spills free, out the back to Clark. On to Tom Witchman. He charges through the centre, kicks this one forward. Sitting under it is Nate Hamlin. Takes a good, strong mark. Across half back there for the Lions. He's going to have to come to this clubhouse side, looking for Dan Foley. Kicks this one high. Sitting under it now is Jake Underwood. The ball spills free and they're forced over the line by the Lions. It'll be a throw in.
Plenty of voice from both sides.
Foley and Mooney in the ruck. Dan Foley taps it forward, coming through as Howard. He gathers, gets his kick away, but it's going high onto the forward line. Out the metre is Jolliffe. Tom Quinn spoils. On to Josh Walsh. Back to Seb Hamlin. Dodges around one. Into the centre of the ground to Tom Anderson. The Lions on the run here. He can go to the far side. Looking for his mate Jack Reynolds on the wing. He marks. Can come back inside. Looking for Brave Gain in the centre of the ground. He marks. Reels around on his right. Sends this one long. Looking for Lucas Hattie. Jed Corbett at the back of the pack. The ball's on the ground. Flag tries to shove around one, but the umpire said he didn't have prior. And it'll be a ball up.
30 out from the Lions' goal. Southern
Sid
end of the
White
ground.
taps it down to Mooney. Gathers, tries to get a kick away. Coming through is Brave Gain. He's tackled. And the umpire called for a ball up. 20 metres out from the Lions' goal late in this second term. Looking to get their third for the quarter. Ball's high. Sid White, the ruck, taps it forward. Ball's on the ground. Tap forward by Jed Corbett. Race for the ball there by Lucas Hattie as Johnson forces it through for a behind.
That takes the Lions to 5-5-35. The Demons are 3-2-19. 20 minutes gone now.
Tom Richmond to bring it back in. Looking to come to the broadcasting side. Kicks this one high. Sitting under this is Josh Walsh and Nate Hamlin. Regathered there by Firefield. Kicks high, looking for Woods. He can't hold the mark. The ball's on the ground there. He regathers, dodges around one. Kicks into the centre of the ground. Ball spills free. Gathered by Aaron Proctor. Gathered by Jack Reynolds. On to Jesse Lander gathered by Reynolds again. He can hand pass on to Lucas Hattie. He can swing around his right, but his kick is smothered and it's into the pocket there. It'll be a throw in.
Throw in, right forward pocket. Lions attacking end of the ground. Just 20 metres around from the point post. We've got sponsors there, John Bance and Co. from Wagga, the funeral directors.
Umpire throws it in. Mooney with front position. He tries to grab it out of the rack, taps it into the path of Shannon Butterfield. He can swing on his left. He's been practicing them all year, but he misses. Through for a behind.
Five, 6, 36, 3, 2, 19. 21 and a half gone. Demons to bring it back in. Solid quarter of football.
Flag to bring this one back in. He's going to kick wide again in front of the broadcasting box. Sitting under, this is Schultz, and he takes the chest mark. Uncontested. He holds the ball up. Been asked to play on by the umpire. Kicks this one forward. It floats forward. It's through the arms of Morfitt. He kicks another one forward, and cutting off is Sid White, who's been moved into defence late in this second quarter. He's marked in front of Mooney. Kicks this one high, sitting under it is Jed Corbett. He marks us through his hands out the back. Darren Proctor gets a little hand pass on to Jesse Lander. Sends this one forward, looking for Dan Foley. It's gone over his head and marked by Flag. He can't pick it up. He dives on the ball there. And the umpire's going to call for a ball up. Deep in the Lions, forward pocket. Dan Foley tries to grab it out of the ruck. Coming through is Jack Reynolds, and he kicks one forward. Doesn't get it to bend back, and it's through for behind.
They've both got a bit of the same disease, Andrew. They've got some of those marks. They've got them spent before they've got them.
Yes. That ball's just a bit greasy as Richmond goes short to Campbell in the pocket. The Demons trying to look to break this defence of the Lions, and clear here as he goes to kick high, looking for Schultz on the wing. His ball is punched, gathered by Maguire. Hand pass one's over the top, looking for Clark. He breaks one tackle, then the next, breaks the third, the fourth. They can't get hold of him. Into Maguire, chips a little one, high one, spoil. Gathered by Bogue. He tries to run around one. The ball spills free. Campbell gets a little hand pass on to Nate Hamlin. Kicks one around the corner on his left. Coming out to meet it is Collins. He gets a good bounce. Kick is smothered there by Jesse Lander. Bogue tries to come through, gathered by Butterfield, and he's tackled over the sideline. And the umpire will throw it in. Good desperation by both sides there.
Terrific desperation right in front of the commentary box. Wouldn't get a better shot of it.
Ball thrown in, coming through is Madden. He's gathered, he can't break free, and the umpire called for a ball up. Up it goes again. Morfitt flies high. Good use of the body by Madden. He's tackled. Ball spills free. Out to Butterfield. He tries to get one back inside to Tom Anderson. He tackles Wood. Howard, that is, just over the shoulder. Free kick to Howard. And he'll take the free kick on the boundary line there. Telling his teammates just to slow down, to settle. Runs around, plays on. Kicks this one forward. Looking for Bogue. Up by high is Hamlin. Coming through is Jolliffe. Chips a little one forward, looking for Mooney. Can the Demons get a late one here? He swings around on his right, sends this one forward to the goal square, and it's going to bounce through for a behind. "25-minute mark of this second term. Zach Burhop to bring this ball in. Taking his time, getting his breath. Going to come to this shed side. He's kicking this one high, looking for Dan Madam. It's gone over the back. A race for the ball here by Woods. He's tackled by Reynolds, and he's forced over the sideline there. Good result for the Lions.
Good pressure by the young man there. Ball carried the pack. Race on foot for the ball. Gained the Lions another 10 metres.
Ball thrown in. Madden taps that forward. He lands awkwardly, gathered by Moffat. He tries to get the ball free. Charging through is Madden there, and the umpire called for a ball up. But it's the end of the second quarter, and the Lions lead by 16 points, Guy.
In a very entertaining, hard-fought, clean, checking game of football, Andrew, here at the Den, I reckon. Well umpired, well played, commitment, endeavour, everything you'd want to see in country footy. And a lot of it, unusually, well, there's no breeze, so we're getting a lot of it right on our side of the ground, which makes it heaps better for, I dare say, Baz, and a lot better for commentators, Andrew, to see the play. You're almost part of it up here at the commentary box, sponsored by Woods Shearing.
No, we're very close to it, so we'll return in the third quarter, and Gully will be looking to regroup, and the Lions will be looking to keep this pressure up and continue on in this third term.
Well, there's that stat that the Gully have not won here for 9 seasons. We got the Lions have got half a game to go to uphold that stat. Shane Lennon will be desperate to prove me wrong. We'll welcome you back with the third term shortly. So we're back with the business here for the start of the third term here at the Den. Similar conditions, there's just the lightest bit of rain, so the ball will just remain a little bit slippery. Both sides affected by that, you know, dropping the odd mark. The pressure's also got a bit to do with that, of course.
As umpire Tim Beard starts this third term, Madden and Mooney in the ruck. Madden taps that forward. Gathered by Reynolds, back to Tom Anderson, gets a high kick to the centre half forward there, standing under it is Dan Foley, coming through his Firefield, punches this one forward into the path of Colby Hamlin. He's wrapped up in a tackle there by Perryman. And it'll be a ball up on the half forward flank there of the Lions. Mooney bumps Madden out of the way, but it's gathered by Butterfield. His left kick is smothered and it's out over the sideline. Umpire will call for a throw in.
Right in
half forward flank.
Right in front of the Beaumont tiles. So if you're doing a kitchen, bathroom, laundry, there you go.
Madden taps that forward for the Lions. Charging through his Brafe gain. Madden's wrapped up in a tackle. Butterfield gets a hair pass out looking for Tom Anderson. He ducks under one. He's tackled. The umpire called for a ball up. Mooney and Madden in the ruck. Ball's on the ground there. Moon kicks it out of the air. Coming through is Howard. He's met high, but the umpire calls play on. And Brave Gaines tackled there at the centre half forward 50-metre line. Thrown up again. Madden grabs it out of the ruck. Kicks this one forward. Looking for Dan Foley. Flag has front position. The ball's on the ground there. Gathered by Flag. He stands over this and he's tackled by Foley there. The umpire will call for a ball up. Dan Foley and Mooney in the ruck. Gathered by Jake Underwood. He's tackled there by Mooney. The ball comes out the back. The umpire's called for another ball up.
Be a rich man if you gave me $1 for every ball up, Andrew.
It's about the 5th or 6th one in a row, Guy, as Mooney grabs that out of the ruck. Kicks this one forward. Gathered by Dan Madden. Breaks away from the tackle. Sends this one forward to the forward line there, but out to meet it is Flag. He can't hold the mark. And the ball is out over the sideline.
It's brought some pressure on the Demons there, but spilling that ball, spilling that mark. Throw in and be right in the left forward pocket for the Lions, northern end of the ground.
Ball thrown in. Dan Foley in the ruck. Madden wins the tap. Coming through his Flag. He's tackled there by Jed Corbett. The ball's on the ground there. Spills out the back, and it's another tackle on...
I think he's
given a free kick for Court. The ball is there. He's indicating
the
other way, and it's going to Shannon Butterfield, isn't it?
No, he initially he tapped his shoulder. He indicated high tackle. He just had his arm the wrong way as to who it was going to.
So tight angle for Shannon Butterfield. Just the start the Lions are looking for in this third term. Comes in on his approach. Stabs at it. He likes it. His teammates likes it. And the umpire likes it as well. That's Shannon Butterfield's first goal.
The Lions are 6-7-43. The Demons are 3-1-20. 3-3-21 here with 3.5 minutes gone in the first term. Coach Riley Corbett be thrilled with that major for the start of the third term.
Could there be an upset here at the Gammain Sports Ground? It was a big upset yesterday, although it was 2 points by Colcan over Brock Burham in the Hume League. Ball's thrown up again. Mooney taps that down. Charging through is Jack Reynolds. Tries to break one tackle. He's caught the ball. Gets a hand pass away to Jake Unwood. Back to Madden. He gathers. Breaks one tackle on to Jack Reynolds. He kicks this high. Sitting under it is Jed Corbett. And he's marked on his chest. He had front position. He had a lot of pressure there by Collins.
Andrew, he had front position and he held front position. Jed's a big, tall fellow. Not a lot of kilos, but he was able to hold his opponent back, and then he just made that last late second lunge for the ball to mark it on his chest. Well played, son. 30 out, directly in front. He eats these for breakfast. Jed Corbett comes in. No mistake at all. Northern end of the ground. Goal to the Lions.
That's his third. Lions get the first 2 goals of the third term, putting plenty of pressure back on Gully here. Scoreboard pressure and pressure around the contest. Can they respond?
7-7-49, 3-3-21. 5 minutes gone.
They probably haven't found themselves in this position for a long, long time.
No breeze at all. Perfect conditions, except that just a little bit slippery. It's the same for both sides.
Back to the centre of the ground. Mooney wins the tap down. Coming out to meet it is Reynolds. He tries to gather, gets a hand pass forward into the path of Joe Perryman. Picked up by Howard, kicks it forward. Ball gathered by Dan Madden. He's pushed in the back there, and it'll go to Dan Madden. Gets a little handball around the back to Nate Hamilton. The Lions are off. He's up through the centre of the ground looking for Dan Foley. Pressure from Flag there. Coming out to meet it is Jake Underwood. And he's just caught Flag there high. Free kick to Lockie Flag on the half-back flank. Goes wide looking for Kemp, but he spills the mark there and the ball's going to go over the sideline.
It's another one of those examples where he had it spent before he got it. We've seen it all day.
The pressure cooker is building. It's building.
Right in front of the canteen in the apron of the spectators viewing. Western side of the ground.
Lions just need to keep their composure as Mooney wins that ruck. Down to Maguire. He's wrapped in a tackle. Harry Wichman kicks it forward into the arms of Seb Hamlin across half back there for the Lions. He'll look to send them forward once again. He's got Dan Foley deep. He kicks this high looking for Dan Foley. In front is Jake Underwood. It's a throw forward there by Mooney. He gets away with it. Back into his hands here. Hand pass over the top there to Kemp. Just inside the sideline. The ball goes forward to Bogue. He can't get the hand pass away. Picked up by Seb Hamlin. He takes one bounce. Gets a hand pass out to Jack Reynolds. Gets his kick away. Kicks it long forward. Ball's on the ground there. Gathered by Jake Underwood. Tries to get a hand pass away. He's driven into the turf and the umpire calls for a ball up.
Ball up inside the arc of the 50, northern end of the ground. Lions on the attack.
Foley grabs it out of the ruck, kicks a quick kick away, and Sid White's marked it out there. The umpire calls play on, not 15, and he's wrapped up in a tackle. It'll be another ball up, virtually in the same position. Dan Foley and Mooney in the ruck. Dan Foley taps that forward. It comes out the back, though. Coming through is Aaron Proctor. Big pressure on his opponent there in Maguire. The ball's kicked clear, and it's out on the full. It'll be a kick to the Lions, and it'll go to Brad Matters. He's on that 50-metre line on the tightest of angles.
And it's Brad Matters, but it does matter. It's terrific play by the Lions in this third term.
Kick is on its way, and it's out to the left and out of bounds on the full. Demons to bring this back into field of play.
Elders Wagga there, the sponsors in the shot.
Tom Wichman elects to go across goal to Fifield. They're out the back here. Gully on to Campbell on that far wing. Dodges around Gain. Looks to bring it back inside the centre of the ground. Coming to meet it is Bogey Marks in front of Smith. Ball spills free on the ground. Coming through is Campbell. He can't pick it up. Picked up by Aaron Proctor. And Campbell then, Stone is wrapped up in a tackle by Jack Reynolds. We're in the centre of the ground. Madden and Mooney in the ruck. Madden wins a tap. Bogue wins the possession. Kicks his forward high. Looking for Schultz, but it's spoiled by Josh Walsh. Race for the ball from Boyer, but he's bundled over the sideline.
Terrific pressure by Jack Sasse there on the player.
Yes, he pinned him on that sideline, and it'll be a throw-in.
He was never going to get away from that.
Throw-in, it kept low, gathered by Jolliffe, but clearing kick by Tom Quinn. Kicks this high to the wing. Sitting under it is Richmond. He can't mark. He has marked. Takes a juggling mark in front of young Jake Underwood. He swings around on his right. His left, sorry. Kicks his forward looking for Boyer. Goes through his hands. Ball's on the ground there. Grabbed by Howard onto Maguire. He's tackled as he kicks this one. Ball goes towards the goal square. And it's through for a behind. Gully's first score of the third term.
Burhop to bring it in from the fullback position, southern end of the ground.
He elects to go to the far side. He's got Sid White long. He goes short to Josh Walsh. He marks at half back. He can run around his opponent. Kick longer again, looking for Sid White way out in that far wing. He marks in front of Fifield. He can play on. His kick smothered off the ball though. Sitting under this is Jake Underwood. Ball hits the deck. Quick hands by Richmond there onto his brother Tom, but it's regathered here by the Lions. They kick forward looking for Jed Corbett, but it's over the sidelines and it's out of bounds. Is it out on the full?
Yeah, just run out of real estate there over there for the Lions.
Talking to the umpire there, the boundary umpire, what was it?
I think the boundary umpire is shaping up for a throw-in by the look of it when we get the ball back.
Yes, I think he's going to call it out on the full, so it'll be a free kick here to Collins to bring this one back in for the Gully Demons. Kicks this one high on the wing there. Sitting under it is Seb Hamlin. He marks it on his chest. Bogue left behind in his wake there on his hands and knees as Seb Hamlin drills this one low, looking for Jed Corbett, coming out to meet it. And the ball's gone over the back. And it'll be a behind, is it, or a throw-in, Guy? I think it's a throw-in.
Throw-in. Good sponsors there. The Harris Contracting, Sean Harris.
Umpire throws it in there at the feet of Dan Foley. Coming through to meet it is Collins. And the ball's close to the boundary line there, and it's bundled over. Umpire Ned Bench will throw it in once again.
And Sam Hattie plumbing there. That's nearly a new one, isn't it, Andrew?
Yes, pretty new, Guy, yep. Thrown in, Dan Foley swings around on his right.
Oh,
and it's been called touched by the umpire. Through for a behind.
Yeah, the goal umpire had no hesitation into calling it touched early, so...
It was very good work by Dan to grab that out of the ruck. Pirouette, kick on his right. Banana kick, but it was just touched off the boot. And Tom Richmond will bring this back in as the lights come on here at the Gambane Sports Ground.
7-8-50, Demons, 3-4-22, 12 minutes gone.
He elects to go to the far side. Plays on from the square. Kicks this long and high. Sitting under it is Jolliffe. Over the shoulder from Tom Quinn, a hold. He gets a free kick on the wing. Sends this long and low looking for Maguire. He can't pick it up. Fuller's tackled there. Boyer dodges around one. He has a running shot at goal. And he's missed to the right. Through from behind.
7-8-50, 3-5-23. Nearly 13 minutes gone now as we wait for the ball to come back in, southern end of the ground. Time ticking away for the Demons, but we know you can score rapidly in this modern game.
Jack Sussay to bring it in. Kicks this long and high in front of the broadcasting box. Sitting under his dead man. He leaps high, gets his hands on it. Ball's on the ground there. Picked up by Sid White. Kicks this forward, looking for Jake Underwood, but it's marked there by Woods for the Demons. Looks to go into the centre of the ground, but his kick is cut off by Jesse Lander. It was a fortuitous kick there. He elects to play on quickly. Pops one over the top. Jed Corbett's on a lead. And he marks 40 metres out from goal.
It's inside.
Takes it on his chest.
Inside his distance. He's virtually straight in front, northern end of the ground. Just a slight bit of breeze now getting up from the east. Jed will allow for that.
Zach Bohop races around calling for it, but distance shouldn't be a problem, although the balls are probably a bit heavier now in this third term as he comes in on his approach. Kick is going to go out to the right, out on the full. No score for the Lions as Gully bringing it back in quickly. Played on there is Tom Winchman. He races out of defence. Kicks this one long and high to the wing. Sitting under it is Jolliffe. Spoiled by Tom Quinn. Into the path of Nate Hamlin. He's wrapped on a tackle there. Gets a hand pass away. Tom Quinn picks it up off the ground. Hand passes to Nate Hamlin. Kicks this one forward. Looking for Sid White. He almost takes the mark. The ball's on the ground there. Players dive in on top of this one and it's locked up 35 metres out from goal. Straight in front for the Lions. Madden in the ruck. Up against Morford. Madden grabs that out of the ruck. Tries to get a kick away. Coming out the back is Flag. He's tackled by Tom Anderson. He's going nowhere and it'll be another ball up. In the pocket there for the Lions. Searching for their 8th goal of the game. Ball's thrown up. Madden tries to grab it out of there. Tapped down by Flag. Into the hands of Jed Corbett. He's wrapped up in a tackle and it's brought around top of the square. Madden tries to grab it out of the ruck. Jed Corbett's towed that off the ground, I think, and the umpire's called it a goal. I don't know how that got through the legs of the Gully players, but it's found the goals.
The players reacted that quick, Andrew, that it was never in doubt that it was a goal.
No, the Gully boys didn't question it either.
No, they just realised they made a blunder. They didn't stop it. The Lions are 8-8-56. The Demons are 3-5-23. There's nearly 16 minutes gone now. Just as a matter of interest, is there anybody listening in their car? Flash your lights. We see if there's anybody listening.
Dan Foley tries to take it out of the ruck. It's picked up by Jesse Landy. Kicks this one forward. Sid White's in a race for the ball with Fifield. And he's tackled by Fifield right near the boundary line. The umpire will... It's gone over the sidelines. It'll be a throw in there. Ned Bench will throw the ball in for the players there. Madden in the front. Morford tries to grab it. The ball's on the ground there. It moves forward for the Lions. Jake Unwood tries to tussle his opponent there and it's out of bounds again.
Can't be wet enough for them, Andrew. They're not in their cars. You can pick it up on FM 88.8 in your car if you want to.
Ball's thrown in. No one can gather that. It's quickly picked up there by Charlie Smith and it's across the face of goal out on the full there and Collins will take the kick.
Demons have been under pressure the whole quarter, Andrew, at the northern end of the ground.
Ryan Collins to bring this back in for the Gully Demons. Kicks this one high, sitting under is Dan Foley. Morford tries to mark. Nate Hamlin tries to pick this up. He dives in on the ball, tries to get it out, and the umpire calls for a ball up. Foley and Morford in the ruck. Dan tries to grab it out of the ruck, coming through his bow. Gets around one, gets it on his right, kicks his forward, looking for Boyer. He's quickly tackled by Jack Sussay. On to Howard, out wide to Perryman. He swings back on his right, looking for Schultz. Ball's at his feet. He tries to pick it up. Dodges around Walsh, can't get hold of it. Ball comes out to Josh Walsh. He breaks away there. On to Colby Hamlin. On to Zach Burhop. Kicks far to the wing. Looking for Sid White. It's over his head. He races for the ball there. Pressure from Howard. Gathered by Charlie Smith, hand pass there to Jesse Lander, kicks forward looking for Jed Corbett. Collins with front position and he spoils it over the sideline.
We'll have a throw in right in front of LDC Grains. They've got that storage up there between Coolum and Amara. Let's hope we needed big time later in the year.
Dan Madden in the ruck there. It's gathered by Jack Reynolds. Swings around on his left. Kicks to the top of the square. And it's a good mark to Sid White. He's marked this 30 metres out on a slight angle.
Same thing again, Andrew. He had eyes on the ball the whole way while he was stepping backwards. He just said you could see it happening. He's going to mark it. Always going to mark it. Got a good view of this, even though he's just a little bit off centre, not quite dead in front. That won't be a problem. Comes in on his right foot, very deliberate. Yes, all the way. They like it early.
It's another goal. That might be Sid's first, is it? Struggling to keep a record of them here. But anyway, it's another goal to the Lions.
The Lions are 9-8-62. The Demons are 3-5-23. Demons haven't scored this term. Very unusual for them.
Got the 1 point.
Well, 1 point. 19 and a half minutes gone. That's right. They have... Yeah, 2 points. They were 3-3, weren't they? Yep.
So back to the centre of the ground. Mooney up against Foley.
They haven't scored a major.
Foley taps that forward. Gathered by Maguire. Gets a hand pass back to Mooney. Taps a little one forward looking for Campbell. On to Clark. He's met solidly there by Burhop. Kicks it forward looking for Jolliffe. Ball's over the back there as Howard tries to tow this off the ground, but good pressure there by Seb Hamlin. It's through for another behind.
They almost corrected me with no major, but offline.
It was very close. Jack Sussay to bring this one back in. He'll look to come outside looking for Dan Foley. Gonna kick high, looking for Dan as Dan Madden comes over the back. And it's a free kick to Dan Foley. Umpire says play on. The ball's kicked forward. Goes through the hands of Jed Corbett, picked up by Jake Underwood. Swings around on 1, 2. He's tackled. And he's caught with the ball. Flag has the free kick there at half forward. Been called to play on. Chips a little short one. And it's been 50. Hadn't been called to play on. So flag takes possession.
Plenty of vocals coming from the sidelines here at the Den.
He chips short, finds Wishman, who's moved up from full back. Swings around on his left. He's going to send this in long. Looking for Jolliffe. Tom Quinn with front position, but good use of the body from Jolliffe. And he takes the mark.
He cleverly worked Tom Quinn under the ball then. Wasn't really directly pushing the back, but Tom proclaiming to the umpire that he was pushing me in the back, but he disguised it well enough. He was just working Tom the whole way under the ball.
Just good experience. Has a shot on goal, and that could be his third goal to Jolliffe.
The Lions are 9-8-62. The Demons are 4-6-30. 21 and a half minutes gone. Tom Quinn still not happy with that decision. Got to live with it now. Get on with the next one.
Back to the centre of the ground. 23 minute mark of this third term. Mooney and Dan Foley in the ruck. Ball's thrown high. Mooney taps that forward, looking for Clark. He can't pick it up. Tries to break one tackle. Gets a hand pass out to Campbell. On to Jesse Lander, though. He gathers. Colby Hamlin tries to drag it in. The ball comes out the back. Zach Burhop's tackled. And it'll be a ball up. Gully side of the centre square. Umpire throws it up. Dan Foley taps it forward into Aaron Proctor's hands. On to Jesse Lander coming through his... Shannon Butterfield gets a hand pass out wide, looking for Tom Anderson. Tries to break one tackle. He does. Then he gets his kick away. Kicks this high. Sitting under this is Dan Madden. He jumps high. Ball's on the ground there. Gathered by Sid White. And he's caught with the ball. Gully's free. They play on quickly here. Flag to come to the clubhouse side. He's got no one to kick to. He just kicks in haste out to the sideline. It's gathered by Lucas Hattie. Can hand pass back, but he's tackled and caught with the ball. Free kick will go to Kemp. Kicks this one high, looking for Schultz. Ball's tapped forward, gathered by Jack Sussay. On to Madden, he can't get his hand pass away, he does now. On to Colby Hamlins, kicks this forward, looking for Jack Reynolds. He can't take the mark. The Lions be looking for the boundary line here. Comes back inside to Aaron Proctor. He's bumped off the ball as he kicks it. As Kemp is tackled by Shannon Butterfield, and the umpire call for a ball up.
Stalemate ball up right in front of the club rooms, western side of the ground. Baz is right on it. Sharp image with the lights effect.
Mooney taps that down to Bogue. On to Clark. He tries to break one tackle. Big tackle there by Jesse Lander on Mooney. Locks that ball up. Another throw up there. Madden and Mooney wrestling each other. Mooney gets his hand on the ball. The ball goes wide. Good tackle by Jesse Lander. Kicked high there by Howard. Sitting under this is Tom Anderson. He comes forward, puts pressure on Bogue. And Lucas Hattie's wrapped up in a tackle. And the umpire will call for a ball up. Could be held up here. Josh Bogue is slow to get to his feet. Gets up very gingerly. He's going to continue on. Umpire to throw this one up. Mooney grabs it out of the ruck, gets his kick away. Ball rolls forward. Lucas Hattie tries to keep possession of it, but he's over the sideline. This one will be thrown in right in front of the coach's box of the Ganmain Lions. As the siren goes to end the third term. The Lions hold a 33-point lead going into the last term. Both sides are throwing everything at it.
Oh, a very entertaining quarter of football, Andrew. You couldn't have said it better. They're both throwing everything at it. The Lions just a little bit cleaner handling in their forward line. And just probably a little bit more on top in their back line. So the big question is, can that stat hold out? The Lions have been successful at home here against the Demons for 9 consecutive seasons. It would be a big ask for the Demons to come from here.
Nothing's impossible, Guy. Nothing's impossible.
We know it's possible. I think we saw it a few years ago where it went down to the wire. We'll have a break, we'll have a drink, and we'll look forward to bringing it to you. The lights are starting to take their effect here at the Den for the start of the fourth term here. And the co-coaches, Shane Lennon and Mitch Maguire, will be hoping that those lights show the way for the Demons' goals. Let's see what happens in this fourth term, Andrew.
Yes. Can the Lions hold on? Can the Gully work their way back into this game? Ball's thrown up. Madden in the ruck. Grabbed out of the ruck by Mooney, but he can't get his kick away. Madden comes through with the ball and he's wrapped up in a tackle. There'll be another ball up in the centre of the ground. Madden, front position there. The ball's on the ground. Coming through is Mooney. He's tackled again by Madden. They've had a great tussle, these two men today. Both connect. Mooney swats at that one, and the umpire's found a free there. It's going to go to Mooney for a hold in that. No, to Maguire. Ball kicked forward by Richmond, but it's smothered by Anderson. He gets a hand pass out to Jake Underwood. Kicks this one forward, looking for Dan Foley. It's going to be out of his reach, and it's over the sideline. It'll be a throw-in in that far pocket of the Lions.
Right in front of the Intersales sign. They've got those Case New Holland businesses, tractors, headers, farm machinery. Everything you want.
Ball thrown in. Dan Foley with front position. Tries to gather this out of the ruck. The ball's on the ground there. Coming through as Morford. Clark tries to break free. Gets a hand pass out. Coming in to meet it is Reynolds. He's met solid here as Dan Foley tries to pick it up and he's swung around in a tackle. It'll be a ball up.
Talking about coaches, I reckon the Lions coach Riley Corbett's nearly got that patch of grass worn out in front of the box here.
Ball's thrown up. Dan Foley gets a hand pass on down to Proctor. He swings around on his right. He kicks this one high. Looking for Jed Corbett. The ball goes over the back. Gathered by Sid White. He's tackled. wrapped up in a strong tackle by Flag.
Pressure here for the Demons. Balled up 20 minutes out from the Lions' goal. Southern end of the ground.
Foley in the ruck, taps it forward, looking for Butterfield. He gathers out of the ruck, has a shot at goal, but it's a behind. The Demons to bring this back in.
Lions 9-9-63. Demons 4-6-30. 2 minutes gone. Final term. Lights affecting.
Tom Wichman to bring this back in. Going to come to the broadcasting side. Kicks this high on his left foot, looking for Jolliffe. Tom Quinn is out-muscled there by Jolliffe. He marks. He plays on quickly. Kicks this long, looking for Schultz. Josh Walsh tries to take the mark. Intercept. Berryman tries to pick it up. But he's bundled over the sideline there by Colby Hamlin. Good work. And that ball's going to be thrown in.
Consistent pressure has been the hallmark of the Lions today.
Mooney and Madden in the ruck. Madden with front position. He's shoved out of the way by Mooney. Grabs it, kicks his forward. Ball goes over the top of Howard. Race for the ball there by Seb Hamlin. Gets a little hand pass to Tom Quinn. On to Nate Hamlin. Kicks his high. Looking for Madden through the hands of Mooney. Tom Wichman's wrapped up in a tackle there by Jack Reynolds. And it'll be another ball up. Mooney front position. He squats that down, but coming through is Shannon Butterfield. And the umpire will call for another ball up. Madden with front position. And he's got one over the shoulder. Play on, says the umpires. Tom Anderson bursts away from the pack, looking for Dan Foley. Has front position. Pressure there by Flag. Taps it out the back. Coming through is Fifield. He swung around a tackle there by Jed Corbett. The ball comes free. Hair passes on to Braith Gain. Swings around on his right. Goes towards goal. Does it get a good bounce? It hits the post. It's a poster.
Well, it did everything. It did the Shane Warne leg break, but the post was in the road.
Yeah, you were expecting that leg break to happen, but it didn't break enough. As Flag to bring it back in for the Demons.
Andrew, a very important stat there. Dan Foley was on the ground and he palmed it on.
Goes in the centre of the ground, through the hands of Jed Corbett. Fifield tries to pick this up. He's over the top of the ball. Gets one on to Harry Wichman, and he's prepared to take the tackle and hold it up there in the centre of the ground. Ball's thrown up. Madden taps it forward, looking for Bogue. He can't control it. Comes out the back to Jed Corbett. He's tackled and held up there at centre forward. Umpire will ball it up, edging closer towards the Lions' goals. Madden and Mooney in the ruck. Jack Reynolds takes this out of the knock, kicks it forward, looking for Dan Foley. Flag almost marks, picked up by Dan Foley, and a hand pass to Aaron Proctor, who kicks the Lions' goal.
Was never going to be a mistake by Dan Proctor from that proximity. He could see right through the goals. Terrific start to the quarter there for the Lions. They extend their lead over the Demons. The Lions are 10-10-70. The Demons are 4-6-30. There's 5.5 minutes gone now.
So Lions have a 40-point lead as we come back to the centre of the ground, 5 minutes into this final term. Madden and Mooney in the ruck. Madden taps that down. Two workhorses. He gets a hand pass to Jesse Lander, kicks this one forward. It bounces off the chest to Sid White. Gets a hand pass out to Jesse Lander. It's cut off by Fifield. He tries to break around one tackle. It's a good tackle by Lucas Hattie, and he's rewarded there. He'll take the kick at centre half forward. He looks to send this one long. Looking for Jed Corbett at the back of the pack. It goes through his hands. Gathered there by Joey Stoney. Hand passes it on to Jack Reynolds, and he kicks the goal for the Lions.
Well, surely that's the sealer, if ever there's a sealer.
Thank you very much for the Rabbits, he says. And the Lions march to a 46-point lead.
11-10-76. The Demons are 4-6-30. So out of all those games where the Lions have been inaccurate against the Demons, it's on the other foot today, Andrew. Well, I'm talking about two grand finals where we were inaccurate. But I guess you can put that down to the Lions, the pressure that they've applied today to the Demons.
Umpire throws it up. Madden and Mooney in the ruck. Mooney grabs out of the ruck, kicks this one forward, looking for Mitch Maguire, and he takes a good mark in front of Burhop, but the umpire's called it play on, not held. And umpire Tim Beard had a good position there, and he elects to ball this one up.
In my opinion, a good display of umpiring all day, and I'm not saying that because the Lions are well in front.
Bogue taps that forward into the path of Shannon Butterfield. Gets a hand pass on to Jack Reynolds. Kicks around on his left. This one forward, looking for that player there for Gully. Fifield, I think it was, and it's out over the sideline. That'll be a throw in.
We've got regal signs from Coolerman. Great sponsors.
That that ball throw in was a bit shallow, and the umpires asked young Ned Bench to throw it in again. Ball's thrown in now. Madden with front position. The ball's on the ground there. It's gathered by Bogue. He dodges round one, dodges round two. Kicks this one forward. Sitting under this is Boyer and Jack Sasse. Jack Sasse grabs the ball, kicks this forward for the Lions, kicks it high, looking for Dan Foley. Coming in from the side is Johnson. He kicks forward, looking for Jed Corbett. He can't take the mark. He's grabbed up in the tackle there, gets his hand pass away, but it's been deemed a throw. Gully looked to clear from defence here through Perryman. On to Tom Wichman. Kicks this one wide, looking for Maguire. He marks on the wing, gets it, comes back inside and finds Howard in the centre of the ground. He can play on quickly, looks to send this long. Urgency here from the Demons. The ball goes over the back, coming out to meet it is Boyer. Dodges around one, on to Schultz, out to Bogue, dodges around another, breaks the free, gets back inside. Pressure from the Lions there. Charlie Smith gets this kick forward. Reynolds actually kicks it forward, looking for Jake Underwood at centre forward there. Sid White tries to gab it in, and Jake Underwood's wrapped up in a tackle there at centre forward. Super last quarter from Jack Reynolds.
Oh, he's everywhere, in everything.
Ball's tapped down into the path of Mitch Maguire. The ball goes over the top. Dan Foley kicks this one forward, looking for Sid White in the pocket, but it's going to go over the sidelines. And the umpire will call for a throw in. Ten minutes gone in this last quarter. Foley and Mooney in the ruck. Foley with front position, taps it down to Jesse Lander. He can't get his hand pass away, but Charlie Smith gathers, gets one on to Shannon Butterfield. He's tackled. Umpire calls play in, play on, and it's going to be play in, as in play up. Another ball up on that far side. Dan Foley and Mooney in the ruck, giving it everything, and it's out over the sideline. This is helping the Lions, eating up a bit of time. They hold a commanding lead, 46 points.
Good sponsors there, Gammane Hotel. We go to the sports club tonight, but you can get a cold beer all through the week at the Gammane Hotel.
Clearing kick there by Howard. It goes high. Punched by Seb Hamlin into the path of Matters. He sends a torpedo forward for the Lions. On the ground there is Collins. He's wrapped up in a tackle by Corbett. Breaking free is Fifield, and he stepped out of bounds, and it'll be a throw in. Ball's thrown in. Dan Foley front position. He tries to grab it out of the ruck. The ball's on the ground there. Spills out the back. Grab it by him again. Kitsy's kick away. Gathered by Perryman there. He can't get it clear. And it's touched there. The kick by Reynolds. Another behind to the Lions. Richmond brings it in quickly. Finds flag. Goes into the centre of the ground. It's spoiled there by Jed Corbett. Sid White has a running shot at goal. It's going long through the arms of Jake Underwood. Through for a behind. Lions pressuring the goals once again in this last term.
That's a ball in, Andrew.
Ball's thrown in. Dan Foley taps it back behind him. Ball's on the ground there, coming through his brave gain, and he's wrapped up in a tackle. Another ball up.
Well, the Demons are under more pressure than Jim Chalmers' budget here late in the halfway through the
Dan
fourth
Foley
term.
tries to grab this out of the ruck guy. It's a running shot at goal, but it's through for another behind. He goes wide, finds Mitch Maguire in the pocket. Goes up the centre of the ground. There's urgency coming here from the Demons, looking for Boyer, but he's spoiled by Jack Sussay. He's done a terrific job on the leading goal kicker in the league. As Flag dodges around one, it goes wide to Mitch Maguire. He kicks out wide, looking for Perryman and Matters. It's a race for the ball here. Matters and Perryman, they both keep their feet. They're trying to control it. Perryman gathers a handball onto Harry Wichman. Swings around on his right, kicks his forward, looking for Jolliffe and Tom Quinn. It's almost marked by Nate Hamlin. Play on, says the umpire. And wrapped up in a tackle is Colby Hamlin. And the umpire will call for a ball up.
Andrew, you can almost see the players are willing the umpire to ball it up. For God's sake, we're tired.
Yes, they're throwing everything both sides here today. The ball gets thrown up. It's gathered by Clark, that is, over the top to Bogue. He has a running shot at goal. It's going to go across the face of the goal, and it's out on the full. And Jack Sussay to bring this ball back in. No, it's been to be touched. Over the line, it'll be a throw-in. Madden and Bogue in the ruck. Madden with front position, tapped into the hands of Burhop. Tommy Anderson's out the back. He clears out of the fence, kicks wide to the wing and finds Braith Gain on the wing. He quickly plays on. Going to kick this one long towards the goal square. Collins takes the mark. Plays on quickly. Kicks forward with his left, looking for Maguire, but Jesse Leonard chops in. Maguire takes the ball, though, looking for Howard. Marks in the centre of the ground. Woods, that is. He goes forward looking for Campbell. He marks in front of Nate Hamlin. Plays on quickly. Sends this long into the forward line. Goes over the back. Coming through is Jolliffe. He gathers. Gets a hand pass out to Howard. He's wrapped up in a strong tackle by Tom Quinn as Josh Walsh dives in on the ball and the umpires call for a ball up.
Lions are relentless in their defence, even though they've got the game in their clasp. Riley Corbett be very pleased to see that.
Madden taps this down, grabbed by Bogue, sends this one high. Sitting under this is Jack Sussay and Boyer, and Sussay spoils it over the sidelines. Much to the appreciation of his teammates.
Throw in out there will take place right in front of where Sam Hattie sponsors the Lions. That portion of the ground.
Ball thrown in, Bogue with front position coming through his Clark. He dives low at the ball, gets a hand pass forward to Bogue. He tries to kick this off the ground and it's through from behind. Jack Sussay to bring this one in.
He's had a great game.
Yeah, he's had a very good game. On the very dangerous Matty Boyer. Ball's kicked out to Nate Hamlin. He kicks this long and high, looking for Sid White. He's got front position. Gathers, can't take possession. Re-tackles Richmond, and he's been awarded Sid White for that hold earlier. Kicks this high, looking for Dan Foley, and he's got superior strength with Flag. Diving in on the ball is Flag, punches it forward, looking for Jesse Lander, tries to tow it off the ground. He tows it with his knees. Braith Gain tries to pick it up. Ball spills free. Ball's on the ground there, very slippery. They've tried to force it forward here, the Lions, and the umpire's calling for a ball up.
So the ball's 40 out from the Lions' goal, southern end of the ground.
Morford jumps high. Dan Foley gets possession, kicks his forward, looking for Maguire, kicks wide, finds Flag. He plays on quickly. He's got Kemp all on his own. He can run on now. Takes a bounce, but it dribbles back to him. Plays on, kicks this one forward, looking for Boyer. Sussay with front position through the hands of Boyer. Grab it by Bogue. He dodges around one, dodges around the other, then on to Campbell. He has a running shot on goal, and it's a goal to the Demons in this fourth term.
Yes, a belated one to the Demons at the northern end of the ground. They move the ball nicely to get it up there. The Lions are 11-12, 78. The Demons are 5-7, 37 with 17 minutes gone now. The urgency's gone out of it a little bit, but Riley Corbett still urging his Lions to go hard, keep scoring.
Dan Foley and Morford in the ruck now. Contest this next throw up. Ball's thrown high. Morford wins that tap down. Grabbed by Tom Anderson. Gets a little hand pass on to Dan Foley. Can chip around the corner wide. Finds Lucas Hattie. Lions have control here. Going to send this one forward. Looking for Jed Corbett. Ball's on the ground. Grabbed by Jack Reynolds. Breaks one tackle. Can he kick a goal? He can. And it's a quick answer from the Lions.
You won't get a faster reply in a game of football than that. 12-12, 84. Plays 5-7, 37 with 18 minutes gone now. The Lions coach Riley Corbett, I'm keeping an eye on him. He's elated with that effort, even though, as I said, the game is well and truly won by the Lions.
Back to the centre of the ground. Foley and Morford in the ruck. Morford jumps high, but it's reclaimed here. Clearance for the Lions. Sends this one forward. Looking for Sid White. Gathered by Dan Madden. He kicks this one high. Looking for Jed Corbett. Play on to the umpire. Not 15. And he's wrapped up in a tackle. And it'll be a ball up. Madden in the ruck. Morford comes through the legs of Madden. Grabbed by Jed Corbett, and it'll be another throw up. 20 metres out from goal. Madden tries to grab it out of the ruck. Toe poking it forward is Collins as Proctor grabs it. Kicks one forward. Grabbed by Maguire. Little chip forward. Spoiled by Burhop. Into Lucas Hattie. Gets around one. He can't. And he's caught the ball. Spills three. And it is a free kick to Johnson there for the Demons. Goes to kick long down the line. Coming out to meet it is Jolliffe and Walsh. Gathered by Schultz. Coming on it is Kemp. He's tackled well there. Play on, says the umpire. Hand pass into the middle of the ground to Nate Hamlin from Dan Foley. Kicks high, looking for Corbett at centre half forward. Ball's through his hands out the back there. Gathered by Woods. Clearing kick. Looking for Perryman. Dodges around one. Chips over the top, looking for Witchman. No one there for the Demons. Coming out to meet it is Bogue. He gathers, dodges back on his right. Comes on to Harry Witchman. Tom, that is, chips one forward. Josh Walsh front position. Can't take the mark. The ball's on the ground. And Jolliffe's been pushed in the back. And it'll be free kick to Stephen Jolliffe. Yeah, 40 metres out from goal.
No doubt about it. That kick was there. You can't be perfect all the time when you're in the back line. Baz got a pretty good shot of this, even though it's very dark here at the Den. The lights are helping.
Kicks on its way, and that's Stephen Jolliffe's fourth goal for the game.
12-12, 84. The Demons are 6-7, 43 with 20 and a half minutes gone. Again, Coach Riley Corbett, animated, giving plenty of instruction in front of the coach's box here at the Den. He wants the Lions to keep attacking.
21-minute term of this last quarter.
They got to go to Manga Player last week, Andrew, and we've been to Mango for years and years with top sides and been beaten. So you've got to be in your right frame of mind to go to Manga Player.
Very hard to win out there as Morford jumps high into the arms of Tom Anderson. The ball's on the ground there. Howard picks it up, scoops it forward, looking for Campbell. He gathers. He's tackled back onto Clark. He can go back into the centre of the ground looking for Morford. He can't gather. He's bumped off the ball there. Toes it forward. Gathered by Butterfield. Back to Burhop. He can clear it wide for the Lions. Goes out wide looking for Sid White. Ball bounces. He gathers. Hand passes back to Colby Hamlin. Chips one over the top looking for Dan Madden. He can't take the mark. The ball comes through to Tom Anderson, gathered by Madden, on to Shannon Butterfield, run out the back to Aaron Proctor. He can send this one forward, looking for Lucas Hattie, has front position, it's through his hands, picked up by Jed Corbett, he has a running shot at goal, but it's going to bounce through from behind. And the umpire will signal for a behind, and Tom Witchman to bring this ball back in for the Demons. Kicks this one wide. Sitting under it is Josh Walsh. He can't take the mark. The ball's on the ground there. Grabbed by Dan Madden. He gets a hand pass out the back. Coming through is Brad Matters. Hand passes out to Colby Hamlin. Back to Brad Matters. He's looking for Sid White in that half forward flank. Ball comes down. It rolls through his hands. Picked up by Flag. Chips one short. Looking for Howard. He gathers. He can play on. Kicks this one down the wing. But Josh Walsh is in position. Goes through his hands. Hand passes over the top to Seb Hamlin. He can switch this. Can come back. Decides to go into the centre of the ground to his brother Nate. He marks in the middle of the ground. Can send this long. He's got Aaron Proctor all on his own at half forward. He can chip this one over the top for goal. Kicks on its way and it's through.
Was never in doubt. The Lions are 13-13-91. The Demons are 6-7-43. A comprehensive win at the Den here to the Lions. 23 minutes gone.
Back to the centre of the ground one more time.
Unless I'm mistaken, Andrew, I don't think we've taken any significant injuries today either.
Yes, I bet it'd be pretty sore. It's been a pretty physical game as the Demons look to clear this out of the centre through Stone. On to Howard. The ball's kicked forward there. Punch clear by Seb Hamlin. Gathered by Jack Susse. Kicks his forward. Ball's on the ground there. Gathered by Brave Gain. He gets his hand pass away. On to Tom Anderson. He tries to drag it in. Coming through his Brave Gain there again. Jack Reynolds it was. Charlie Smith. It's getting very dark here for me. As the ball's held up there in the centre of the ground. Good desperation there from the Lions. Foley and Morford in the ruck. Foley taps this down. Looking for Stone. He gets hand pass out wide to Perriman. Hand passes one over the top. Looking for Harry Richmond. Goes through his legs. Gathered by Maguire. Kicks this one forward. On a lead is Clark. Gathered by Jack Susse. Kicks back into the centre of the ground. Looking for Dan Foley. He can't take the mark. Grabbed by Joey Stone. Has a running shot at goal. The ball goes over the back and through for a behind. No. It's still in the field of play as Josh Walsh kicks it clear. Looking for Lucas Hattie. The ball bounces in front of him. He's got Jake Underwood here on the wing. The ball spills free. Ball's attempted to be picked up there by Woods as Sid White's wrapped up in a tackle. The umpire's going to call for a ball up. No prior. 24 minutes gone in this last quarter.
The Lions are that so mean, Andrew, they didn't want to concede a behind.
As Morford taps that down to Shannon Butterfield. Kicks this forward and good use of the body by Aaron Proctor takes the mark. Kicks this one forward. And marked by Collins in defence there as the siren goes. It's a victory for the Lions, a 43-point win for the Lions. Be a very happy camp after that effort.
Yes, I'd say the Lions, they're probably confident today, Andrew, but they would have thought it would have gone down to the wire if you'd have asked most people, I'd say.
Well, those greasy conditions might have evened up the contest a little bit.
Yes, it possibly suited the Lions. I think the Lions' backline, we've said it for years now, but they're just so mean today that Colin Gully just couldn't get a run on, just couldn't get a sniff, really.
And it was a real pressure game too, like there was plenty of pressure around the contest, and that's one thing the Lions thrive on is pressure, and that suited their game today and made the most of their opportunities up forward. They're probably on top in the midfield there most times, and as you said, their defence stood up very well. Jack Susse and Josh Walsh, Seb Hamlin, Nate Hamlin back there. And then in through the midfield, Tommy Anderson and Jack Reynolds were very good. And then it was a real battle in the ruck. Dan Madden and Dan Foley there. And then going forward, you had, plenty of goal kickers there from the Lions. Jed Corbett finished with 4, and Sid White was very effective down there. And then their crummers in Aaron Proctor and Shannon Butterfield, Rafe Gain. They really stood up in what was a really physical contest.
They're winners on every line for the Lions, really. Yeah, you mentioned Seb Hamlin, Andrew. He's starting to become what you'd call an experienced player at a young age, and he's not the only one either. The Lions this year have been forced to bring in plenty of youth into their side. They've had no option, and they're stepping up well to the challenge.
Yes, and what showed there in the junior games today, the under-18s, they had a convincing victory there, and also the under-16s. There's plenty of talent coming along there.
So that completes today's game of football, where we mark the Indigenous round here today at the Den.
They're going to give a guard of honour to Dennis Rudd here as he walks off the ground for his 700th game.
And he gives a thumbs up to the scoreboard. The result was never in doubt, but he wants to make sure that those...
So what that gives us we've added another goal on there, have we, Guy? We've gone to a 48-point lead, is it?
6-7. The Lions are 13-13. 13-13, 91 on my scoreboard.
Yep.
To 6-7, 43.
So a fitting gesture to Dennis Rudd there, and they present him with the game ball.
Yeah, great effort,
the two
Dennis.
Captains of the two teams. So
that's a great effort for an official to achieve a 700-game milestone officiating as an umpire. Really good, touching tribute there from the Demons and the Lions players. Well, that about rounds us out. As I mentioned, the Lions next week, they trek across to Mangaplayer there south of Wagga. It's always a tussle, doesn't matter what position's on the ladder. And then they've got to go to Leeton before we're back here for a home game against Narrandera. Now, Baz, you stay well, stay out of those hospitals, and you'll be firing by the time we have the next home game. Thank you very much today, Baz, for your effort, and thank you, Tammy, Baz's associate, and a good call, Andrew, and we'll see you back.
Thank you, Guy. We'll see you in a few weeks.
We'll see you when we line up here against the Narrandera Eagles.